50. War Day 7. Game, set and match. After Shinso got the other target out of the building and Denki not being there, I had an easy game. All I had to do was getting one of the girls disqualified of the exercise. It was a good idea watching Shinso and following him. Thanks to that, I now know where she is. Haha, let the last day be a success. I vented to the floor where I knew Yaoyorozu was. My headache was killing me and having developed a fever was something I didn't accounted in my plans. Guess getting disintegrated for a little bit did really mess with my health. Some people get a fever when being shot or stabbed, but not me. The first time I were shot and seriously stabbed, I too developed a high fever. Back then, I was nearly at the brink of death. My mother refused to treat me or send me to a hospital because I was useless and they would ask too much questions. The first time I got stabbed and was nearly bleeding out, I somehow got out of the basement of the house where I got punished on top of it because I was so careless to get stabbed in the first place. Anyway, I somehow managed to get out of the hellhole that I call home and then went to the hospital for treatment. Back then I was naive and thought that a hospital is a place where everyone gets treated when having any kinds of physical injury. Guess what, that wasn't the case. I was escorted to a doctor's room and then once they found out that I was quirkless, they threw me out, but not in front of the hospital. They threw me out through the back entrance where only staff members enter and exit. I wasn't good enough for the front entrance. Then I got yelled at because they thought that I stabbed myself to get attention. I mean, like what? Why should I have done that? Well, apparently because I only wanted attention. After that, I learned how to deal with such wounds. I was currently in the vent system and watched Yaoyorozu enter a room. Opening the hatch silently, letting myself fall down without making any sound, I was quick on my feet again, a little bit wobbly but soon recover and got my balance back in check. Waiting behind the door that would open my way, she couldn't have seen me. Hoping that she wouldn't slam the door open, I was waiting for her to come out of the room next to the door. Please don't slam the door open. I don't feel like being hit with the door, so please don't slam it open. Thanks to the god that heard my pleading, Yaoyorozu exited the room and left the door open. It was easy for me to sneak up on her from behind, but unfortunately something happened. Me. Triple Achoo. Damn fever. I sneezed. Yaoyorozu reacted immediately, turned around, used her quirk to make a gun and shot at me. Seeing something in her hand, allured me and I dodged to the side, ducking. Lucky for me I was still fast on my feet and could escape the bullet. In the next step, I sprinted at her while she shot every bullet in the gun. Dodging to the side, I jumped and kicked the gun out of her hand. Then I took out my daggers ready to attack. Me. Triple Achoo. Another sneeze of mine. However, before I was able to attack, she created a baseball bat and used it to block my knives. Then she began swinging like a psychopath. Me. Careful, we don't want to hit the villain now, do we? Yaoyorozu. You sure about that? Me. Totally. She tried to hit me but I was simply dodging every attack until I got another dizzy attack from my fever. My vision blurred again and I miscalculated the trajectory of the baseball bat. It hit me right on my head. Something began running down my face as I jumped back. I used my hand to wipe it away. I saw her coming right at me again and one glimpse at my hand told me that I was bleeding. Me. Wrong move. This time I took out my gun and shot at her hands. It was a paralyzed bullet that hit her and she dropped the baseball bat down. Then I dashed toward her and kicked her into her gut. Yaoyorozu fell down clutching her stomach and trying to get up again. Before she could do that, however, I grabbed her hair and dragged her to the window. She began scratching my hand that was dragging her and did everything she could to escape. Unfortunately, everything she did was in vain. As I was dragging her across the room, I took out one of my knives and simply slit her throat open with it. She now had a red line across her neck and fell limp. Nonetheless, she was still continues. Me. Triple Achoo. Me. You had the audacity to hit me with a baseball bat? Now it's time to pay. It was the first floor and I knew that a fall from the first floor wouldn't kill her probably. The chances were high that she would survive the fall since she only is unable to move but still can use her quirk. I do wonder if she will use her quirk in order to not hit the ground that hard or if she know that she can still use her quirk. Well, I guess I will find out. Dragging her to the window, I opened it and took her in my arms. Then I moved to the open window. Recovery girl. Midoriya. Don't you dare drop her. I stepped another step closer to the open window. Recovery grill. Don't you go any further, young man. Another step. Recovery grill. I swear if you drop her. And the last step was taken. I was now by the window and hold her outside. What's the worst she can do to me? I have Nezu on my side. Oh well, I don't care anyways, she dared to hit me and that's just calling for punishment. I dropped Yaoyorozu and her eyes went wide. As already mentioned, she was unable to move but still conscious. While she fell down, her quirk activated on instinct and she made an air mattress. I saw what she did and took out a gun, a blood bullet one. The moment she connected with the mattress, I shot beside her ear and the mattress exploded. She was now lying unconscious on the ground and fake blood was covering her thanks to the explosion. 1 down, 4 to go. I went down the staircase and found Kaminari exiting the storeroom. The fuck are you doing in there, buddy? Are you hiding from me? Ah, that wasn't necessary, dearie. I am only a trainer wanting to catch a dumb as heck Pikachu. Me. I choose you, Pikachu. I took out my marble and showed it to him. It was still in my hand as I was running past a confused Denki to the entrances area. Kaminari, is that? What did you do to her? He was running after me until we met face to face in the entrance area. I was standing in the center of the room and turned around facing him. Me. Nothing yet. I smashed the marble and released the traitor. Ashido was now in front of me until I took out my quirk suppression cuffs, cuffed her in one go and was now holding her in a hostage-like situation where in one of my hands was a blood knife. Pressing the knife on her throat and watching Kaminari's every move. I still didn't felt like fighting after I got the head injury and the stupid fever. Therefore, I needed to do this quick. Me. I suggest you don't move or else. Kaminari. Mina. Are you okay? Did he do anything to you? Me. Yeah. Mina, why not tell your loyal Pikachu how you betrayed him and Ua? Kaminari. What is he talking about? Me. What am I talking about? I do wonder. Mina. Don't listen to him. Kaminar. Did he do anything to you? Mina. He is the Ua traitor. I began pressing the knife against her throat a bit harder to make it hard for her to say any more nonsense. Apparently it wasn't enough. Mina. He works with the love. Compress trapped me. They worked together. Kaminari took that as an act of hostility and charged an electric attack at me. It was one electric bolt that was a precision shot. If I hadn't extremely high senses and agility, there was no way that wouldn't have hit me. However, I could read his next move and knew what and where he was aiming before he actually shot. So I took the dear Ua traitor into the line of the shot. I let her go right before the bolt hit her. This caused her to get electrocuted and she fell down to her knees. I forced her up and my knife was back on its place. Kaminari. Mina. Me. You should have thought this through, Pikachu. Kaminari. That's just cruel. Let her go. Me. Nope. I have a better idea. Why don't you watch her die instead? His eyes went wide and he began running at me, but I simply pushed the dagger into her skin, making a red line, while also activating the hidden compartment in the knife so that she was covered in fake blood. The clean cut with the fake blood on her neck looked too realistic and I threw her into his arms to get a better dramatic effect. She was already eliminated from the game, but he didn't know that. Kaminari caught her and tears fell down his cheeks. Kaminari. Mina. Mina. Come on baby, please wake up. How stupid can he be? This is just a game. She isn't dead. I took out my blood bullet gun and went to his side. He was trembling a little bit and didn't realize that I was standing in front of him. Pikachu then looked up at me, hatred clearly visible in his eyes and venom leaking every word he spoke to me. Kaminari. You monster. I will kill you. Me. That I love to see you try. My gun was at his forehead and I pulled the trigger. He immediately went limp beside her. 3 down, 2 more. I needed a little break. It was currently freezing cold in the room, or at least I felt this way because of the fever. Me. Triple A chew. Not wanting to rest for even a little bit, I exited the room and slowly made my way back to my villain lair. Once I entered, I saw 2 sleeping bags. The fuck just happened? Am I seeing thing? Why are there 2 caterpillars? Oh my fucking god, don't tell me I am hallucinating? Can they multiply? No, 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 that's not how this works. I went closer to the sleeping bags only to see that one was a bright neon yellow and the other was a dark purple. Me. Shinso? The purple sleeping bag moved. I wasn't going insane, there really were two of them. Where did he get that one? Me. Where the hell did you get one, and since when do you want to be a caterpillar? Are you trying to evolve too? Let me guess, you want to become a butterfly or a moth like Aizawa. He didn't answer and I went to the cage. Jiro was sitting there and watched the interaction while giggling. Me. Wait. I don't want to know. Here is a gun, eliminate her. I stretched my arm out and offered him my blood bullet gun. To my surprise, once he got out of his cocoon he took it and went to the cage. He then shot every single bullet inside the gun. Of the 5 bullets he shot only 1 hit the target into the shoulder, no lethal wound, and 3 grazed her skin. Me. Sigh. I took out my last knife and threw it at her heart. It went through the slit of the cage and hit her. She immediately fell down. Shinso was visibly shaking after using the gun. Is this his first time using it? Only one left. Shinso. I went to his side. Me. Good work, and as a thank you, I am going to make this real quick. He turned around and I was standing right there with my dagger in my hand. One move, one slit across his neck and he was out. He fell down, but before he could hit the ground, I caught him and let him down gently. Me. This is finally over. I could already feel that my fever was worse than when I left Recovery Girl. Aizawa. Congratulations, Midoriya. Me. Thanks. Aizawa. Follow me. Ectoplasm clone will get them. Me. Okay. Aizawa. Where is your earbud? Me. Huh? When did I lose it? I didn't even realize that I lost it. I am sorry, sensei. We both went into the tunnel and away from the villain lair until Aizawa sensei stopped right in front of me. He then came to my side and touched my forehead with his hand. Huh? I wasn't expecting this in the last bit. The touch felt good as his hand was cold and I felt like I was burning from the inside out once again. One moment I was cold, the other I was hot. The fever was switching the conditions as it pleases. Aizawa. Sai thought so. Me. Aizawa. Recovery Girl told me that there was a possibility that you might have a fever, but you are burning right now. Kid, how are you even standing and conscious? Me. I wanted to end the game. I didn't want to get disqualified or forced to forfeit the game only because I got sick. Aizawa. Can you make it back to the observation room with me? Me. Yep, I'm positive. Besides, I feel fine. Aizawa. Izu. You look like a dead person. You are as white as a sheet can get and you are burning right now. On top of it you have a head wound. Where did you even get it from? Don't tell me this is your definition of fine. Me. Nah, it's not, but I really don't feel that sick right now. I got hit with a baseball bat. It was my fault for being careless. Aizawa. Sai, let's go get you treated. Aizawa turned around and we both went to the observation room. However, as soon as we exited the tunnels another wave of dizziness hit me, and this time I couldn't hold onto my consciousness. My vision got blurry. Me. Aizawa Senator Sensei. I was breathing heavily. Something was definitely wrong. My sleep-deprived homeroom teacher turned around and made eye contact with me. Only seconds later I collapsed and he caught me in the last minute before I hit the ground. Aizawa. Izuku.